Il blog di risveglia il tuo inglese. Awaken your English di Antonio Libertino.
Hi, this is Antonio Libertino, near Tropea, Italy. And today I'd like to talk a bit in English about how I managed to learn and speak English. Well, watch this video with an intention. The intention of finding inspiration for you to see how I learned English and how you can apply it to your learning experience. I started learning English in year 2000 when I met a girl I fell in love with, and I couldn't communicate with her at all because she was just starting to learn the Italian language and we couldn't communicate with each other. So I had to learn English, and I had this strong motivation to learn English. You have to know that I hadn't ever in my life learned English before, because I studied French at school. But then I had this strong motivation. I had to speak English with that girl. So I took a cassette course. I don't know if you know what cassettes are nowadays. So the course was Io parlo inglese, which means I speak English, and these were the cassettes that were with this course. This course was very good because in 15 lessons it gave me the basics of speaking English. Then what happened? In a very short time I was able to communicate with that girl. That love story was over, but life went on, and from that experience I learned that English was very important for me. Well, I haven't learned just that. I didn't learn just that. I also learned a lot of other things, but as far as English is concerned, I realized that English could be helpful for me, for my job, and for a passion that I have, which is knowledge. A lot of things that you want to know about, I want to know about actually, are in English. And English is a language that opens many doors. And what happened? Since then, I started to teach actually Italian after a couple of years. But meanwhile, what did I do? After I got my degree in law, I've actually got a degree in law, but I've never been a lawyer in my life because I found out that I had other passions to follow. What happened? I decided to take the first certificate of English. The first certificate of English is a certification from the Cambridge Schools of English, which certifies that you have reached the level B2 in language speaking, in English actually. And I managed to pass this exam in just 1 year. What did I do? I just got a book to prepare myself for the first certificate from a friend of mine, and I read it, I listened to the audios that came with that, and I also attended a school. It was a school, a group course organized by the university where I was studying at that moment, and I attended this school for 80 hours. That was it, just 80 hours with a mother tongue British speaker. And then after that I read as much as I could. I read this magazine, which is Speak Up, which comes with accompanying cassettes or CDs. And I watched a lot of English movies with subtitles. And then I started speaking with people coming here in Tropea, because I live in a touristic place which is Tropea. And in the end I managed to get that first certificate. Then I worked in Tuscany as a human resource assistant, actually, in a company like Manpower, Adeco, so a company for a temporary job. And after that experience, I realized that I wanted to improve my English. So I set another goal, which was to get the certificate of advanced English, and in about another year I managed to get that. And since then I've never studied English anymore, because I just read it whenever I feel like, I speak it whenever I feel like it, and I listen to whatever I'm interested to in English. So if I'm interested in the latest developments in neuroscience, I just go and take a book in English and read it. Or I get an audiobook and I listen to it. If I want to watch a movie, sometimes I love to watch it in English. And this helps me maintain, keep my English in shape, actually. Another thing that I've noticed is that when I don't practice, I'm not exposed to English for a while, I get a bit rusty. But what I realized over the years is that learning a language is a process. It's never a static thing. It's a thing that some days you are better, in other days you are a bit less good at speaking the language. It's just a process, and you have to take it to enjoy the process and relax while learning the language. Over the years I started teaching Italian to foreigners, although I use a lot of Italian while teaching, because I need to teach the Italian language, of course. I ended up writing books, and a couple of years ago I wrote this book, actually, which is Awaken Your Italian, which is a course in mental training techniques to help you improve your Italian skills. And after writing this, I realized that this book could be also easily adapted into a book for Italians who wanted to learn English through mental training techniques. And the result is this. I had my text, my original text, revised by a mother tongue speaker, and an American speaker read the text for me, so that you can also get the MP3s, because I really think that listening to the language is a very important part of the learning. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found a little tiny inspiration for you to start and learn English now, or to awaken your English. I'm Antonio Libertino, near Tropea, Italy, and I wish you a great day. Ciao!
Awaken Your English, written by Antonio Libertino, read by Chris Snellgrove and Antonio Libertino, music by Kevin MacLeod.